There have been many motorcycles in India that played their part in shaping the motorcycling culture in India. But there has been one name that turned things upside down and brought leisure motorcycling to the masses. Yes, we are talking about the Bajaj Pulsar. When Pulsars were launched, a lot of things changed for a lot of motorcyclists in India. And in fact, Bajaj Pulsar is the reason that XBHP came into existence. Yes, if you don't already know, XBHP was known as BajajPulsar.com back in the days. And also, I landed onto XBHP while I was searching for some information before buying the Bajaj Pulsar 150 DTSI. You ask any motorcycle lover like me who started riding motorcycle back in the late 90s or early 2000s as to what was their dream Indian motorcycle. And I'm sure a lot of them would tell you that all that they wanted was a 400 or 500cc Bajaj Pulsar. What we are going to ride today is this. It is the culmination of that dream. It is the 400cc Pulsar. It is not a twin-cylinder motorcycle though, but it is a 400cc motorcycle. This is the biggest Pulsar that has ever been launched in India, or anywhere else for that matter. It has just been launched with a tagline of definitely daring, and definitely daring it actually is if you consider the price tag at which it has been launched. It comes at a price tag of 1.85 lakh rupees ex-showroom, which is good 30 grand cheaper than its elder cousin, the Dominar 400, which carries the same engine with exactly the same power figures. But does it really match the legacy of the Dominar 400? We'll find out. So first, let's talk about the design. The Pulsar NS series was launched about 10 years ago when Bajaj launched the Pulsar 200 NS. And this new motorcycle, the Pulsar 400 NS, carries the same design legacy, the same design DNA of the original Pulsar NS series. Bajaj already has the Pulsar NS 125, the NS 160 and the NS 200. And now we have this Pulsar 400 NS with us. If you look all these bikes from closely, you'll find that there are a lot of design similarities. In fact, there's very little to distinguish among these bikes. So behind me is the entire Pulsar NS lineup, starting with the NS 125, the NS 160, NS 200, and the newly launched NS 400, which is the star of today. So here you can see what all is same in all these bikes. The main design language of this NS series is exactly the same. All these bikes look pretty identical to me, which is expected because all these belong to the same family, the NS family. Here the main difference is this, the gold-plated or the gold-colored USD forks, which is 43 mm. And the biggest differentiating factor in the NS 400 is the headlamp. All the other bikes in this series have their cubic capacity written as the decals, but here the NS 400 only has Pulsar NS written here. These side panels are also different from other bikes in this series, for example the NS 200 here, and the rear view mirrors in the NS 400 are also borrowed from Dominar. And if you consider the fact that this is a Pulsar and every Pulsar must come at a price tag which is really affordable for everyone, you'll find that this is a value for money package. But that being said, it still is a very aggressive and muscular looking motorcycle. And I think the NS series was one of the most beautiful designs of Pulsar. As I said, this motorcycle carries the DNA of the NS series. So the most identifiable design element in this new motorcycle is the headlight, which is a projector headlamp with the DRLs. The design of the NS 400 is a very compact one, which means that it doesn't look like a really big bike. And I'm not saying this in a negative way. What I'm saying is that this design does not intimidate you. It still looks very manageable, and even if you're someone who is riding a 400cc motorcycle for the first time, it won't intimidate you with its size or its bulk. It looks very easy, it looks very approachable, it looks very manageable. What matters the most is how does it feel? How does it feel when you actually ride it? And we got to ride this motorcycle today at Bajaj Test Track at Chakan, which also happens to be the birthplace of this motorcycle and all the Pulsars for that matter. Well, if I have to summarize my experience of riding the Pulsar 400 NSZ today in one word, I would say impressed. I got to ride it on the Chakan test track for a few laps and then onto the streets of Pune all the way to Lonavala. And impressed, I was. First of all, the engine feels very refined and at ease. There are some vibrations that creep up in the foot pegs at around 6000 RPM mark, but that is not something that should stop you from buying this motorcycle. The same engine on the Dominar 400 as well, but it has been tweaked to match the street fighter character of the NS 400. The bike packs more punch now at the lower end of the rev range and feels eager to move with slight movement of the throttle. The bike could easily pull from as low as 30 km per hour in the fourth gear, what it means that you would need lesser gear shifts while riding through the city traffic. And although Bajaj has increased the numbers of teeth at the rear sprocket for better low-end torque, I was able to clock 165 km an hour on the speedo on the back straight of the Chakan track. The bike feels quick to lean into the corners, which would help you in easily cutting through the traffic in the real world. This motorcycle has impressed us a lot. You'd find that you have a pocket rocket in your hand. Talking about the engine, which is the biggest highlight of this new Pulsar, it has got the same 373cc engine that has been used in the Dominar 400 by Bajaj, and it makes the identical power figure. And talking from our own experiences, when we were riding the Dominar 400 across 11 countries during the XP Dominar Great Asian Odyssey, at no point did we feel that we needed a more powerful motorcycle to complete that road trip. So that much powerful was that engine, and that much capable was that engine, and that same capable and powerful engine has been used on this motorcycle, which is around 80 kilograms lighter than the Dominar 400. So this makes this motorcycle a very potent, fun machine. The 40 PS of power and 35 Newton meters of torque felt more than enough to overtake any vehicle as and when I wanted to. The tires also seemed to provide good grip while leaning in the corners, and I didn't notice much slipping or sliding even under heavy braking. Talking about braking, most of the users won't find any reasons to complain about this bike, but if you are someone who likes to push the bike to its limits, you would find the grip from the brakes a little less than desired. But don't be disappointed, because for customers like you, Bajaj will introduce the option of going for sintered brake pads. So to conclude, all we would want to say is that the Pulsar NS 400 is a great overall package for anyone who's looking to upgrade from their smaller cc motorcycle. It looks great, it rides even better, and it is very affordable. What else are you looking for? Even those who are considering the Dominar 400 for their touring needs must take the test ride of this motorcycle, because the money that they save on if they buy this motorcycle, they can use that money to put touring accessories on this motorcycle to match their touring needs. It feels amazing. It feels very desirable motorcycle to me. This is the biggest ever Pulsar, but is this the greatest ever Pulsar? I don't know. I would like to leave this question for you to find out. Just go and take the test ride of this motorcycle and let us know in the comment, what do you think about this motorcycle? Till then, ride safe.